coming out from your account. So there's no way you'll get to, and then you don't pay it off for 3 years, 5 years, the interest stack up. It's getting higher and higher, So we got to be, aware, because a lot of folks here do not know and understand the credit system. And that will stop you from getting a car. It will stop you from getting a house. Right now, if your credit is bad, or if you don't have good credit, you cannot get an apartment to rent in America. Before you do anything, and you go through these, they check your credit. Oh yes, we have to pull your credit. And you're paying for them to pull the credit $45 application fee. So when they pull your credit and you see you have a 4%, 450 score, 300 score, they just deny you. So you go to our next place to rent, they deny you. So you spend how much, $100, $200, and you still cannot live nowhere because you have bad credit. I want to stop here and give you guys a chance, to see your experience,
You give us
Doris. Mr. Doris, you hear all this conversation? Share. Somebody's listening. Somebody need this information today and when they're looking at this platform. Let's share and give people some information so they won't be so, they won't be ignorant of the information, that they will instead, be able to can manage or cope or understand, or be able to can say, yes, I did heard it. Apply wisdom.
Yeah, well, let me say good afternoon to everyone. And Tex, I said you did not read my message that I was going to be late. So I did send you a message, sorry. And Veronica is not here because Veronica had no power this morning, plus internet. So it's been a fluctuating thing all morning. So she did message me and tell me to tell you. And I told her, well, I messaged you that I was going to be late myself. So that's the reason she's not here.
Yeah, I got it from her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, listening to everyone, live in the Caribbean and come here, a lot of people think when you get here, it's a bed of roses. They think that, I'm living here and life is going to be all good. Everything is going to be simple, easy. But when you get here, you find it's nothing like that. Because when I came here in the beginning, I had to work my way through. First, I came on a vacation. So I had to get myself straight to be able to have permanent status here in order to get any kind of privilege or to be able to do anything legally. So it's not simple. I walked through that. And then I said, had I known, at one time I said, had I known better, I should have just stayed home. Find me a good job. I would have been able to do a lot more because you don't have to pay for every single thing back in Grenada. If you don't have, I say to people when they cry trouble, you can never go hungry in the Caribbean because you can always go in the garden, dig a yam, get some bananas. You plant peas, you get some peas, you get some corn, cassava. So breadfruit, so when people talking about, they don't have, I say that, lazy people, cultivate your land. You can get everything. Here, we have to even get a bottle of water. Anywhere you go in a restaurant, you have to buy it. If you don't, they give you tap water. I don't drink tap water. I buy bottled water. So you'll find that when you go and you say, can I have a glass of water, please? You can taste it and know the difference. Back home, we drink tap water, but it's much more healthy than, here. So this is why now when people at home, they ask you for something, they're asking you for name brand. They're asking you for this name brand, that name brand. And I was like, I work myself to death to be able to pay my rent, pay my bills, pay whatever I have to. And I go buy me a nice pair of shoes. It doesn't have to be a Nike. It doesn't have to be a Reebok, or it doesn't have to be that. And you asking me for Michael Jordan or Reebok or this, and I'm like, really? So now you're asking for what you want. Like, you just go shake the money tree and say, hey. So people don't understand. Back then, they think we have everything made and like we get everything easy and simple. They don't know how hard it is here because you get nothing free here. Absolutely nothing. So people need to give up that notion that I'm going to America, I'm going to Canada, I'm going to England, and everything going to be much better or easier. If you look at it and you look at the privilege you have in your country, you think about where you're going, what you're going to face, and know, research and know the difference and know where you're going and what you're going to be in. So when I came here, I didn't know. I just came because I wanted to travel. And I did. And with the, Pastor Fleming talk about, people, and ironically, talking about the name brand thing, and I was discussing that this morning with someone about people going in the store, and I used to be one of those people. You want to buy something that has a name brand on it or that specify a name. And I was saying, then when I know better, and I said the same material they made that Michael Kors with, or that Tommy Hilfiger, or that same top or pants you buy is made of the same material. It just doesn't say denim, Michael Kors, or Tommy Hilfiger, or whatever it is. I said, so I learned the difference and know better. I said, and most time you wear it, if you don't wear a top reaching above your belly or stuff, you can't even see the name brand on a pants or what brand it is. So it's just funny that you talk about that, and I was talking about that with someone this morning, about the difference when people spend so much money because you're trying to portray a name brand. And I buy things that doesn't have a name brand and last as much, as long as that name brand or even more. So I don't get driven by that or let that be an issue anymore. I buy something nice, beautiful, and it doesn't have a name brand on it, but the material is the same. There's not a special material that made to make those different. So it's made from the same cloth or the same material. So people who spend an extra $50, $75 to pay for that name on it, you can get the same thing for half or less than half. And
Let me say this, Sister Doris. Let me just interrupt you there. I've been in that industry. And what people don't understand, there's two things. There is name brand and there is brand name. If you don't understand the two, you get caught. Exactly what you're saying there is what happened. Name brand stuff and brand name stuff. And people get confused with that too. And you're going to continue, but let me just say this. These designers go into a manufacturer, these places that manufacture stuff. They did not design the stuff. These manufacturers go to these designers and say, listen, I have 40 of these products. This is a lower quality, a better quality of this. All he has to do is to sign up on which one that's going to carry his name. He didn't design it. So when he signed up on this, every time the manufacturer, he gets something like $1, $2, $3 for carrying his name. You might say, well, that's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money in your idea, but this manufacturer is doing 500,000 pieces of this man's name. Multiply 500,000 or 350,000, that's 1,000,000 pieces times 3. And then you're going to see how to make the money. You can continue, Sister Doris.
And to tell you, I went to Jamaica in 2019, just before the pandemic hit. And the hotel we stayed at, they have the stores right on the property. So you can go shopping. And I went to one of the stores and they had every single bag, every single wallet, every single thing with every brand name on it. but none of them are real or an original. But if you don't know your products or you don't know the difference, you could never tell that it's an imitation. But the
Amen.
price alone
Yes.
told me it is not real because I
Can't
know
tell you
the
anything.
prices of those handbags. So people order things online and pay a lot of money for it, thinking it's an original, and it's not. I had to tell somebody that the other day. I saw a show and they were giving away all these bags free with the name brand on it. And I know how much for one of those bags. And I had to tell a friend of mine, I said, that ain't real. I said, don't you know your prices and of name brand stuff? And I said, that ain't real. A bag for that price or a wallet or a purse, the money it costs, they will never give it away free. So know your merchandise. So when they do that, I don't get fooled by it. If you buy this, we give you that purse free. They get that for next to nothing, but the name tag is on it, saying that it's a Michael Kors, or it's a, whatever bag it is. It does say that in it. They have the tag in there, which I think they could get in trouble for, because you can't sell a bag with a name brand name on it like that. That is not an original, or it's a fake. But when you look in it, it's well engraved in the back. It shows that is real. So if you don't know, you think that it is. So this is the difference when people, they buy things and pay 200, 300 tickets. It is the real thing, but it's not. And there was a scandal on the news about that, and it was in Jamaica also. People were buying it and selling it, and people were buying it and thinking they were real, and they wasn't. So, people must realize, and like I say, now that I know, but people is still in that habit. Some of them, they cannot buy food to put in the table. They cannot, do things, but they go out there and spending $200, $300, $400 for a purse because he might say, because of the name. So, and you're talking about the credit card. Oh boy, people, let's listen. Credit card is something people have to understand. And now, credit card have a new policy. If you don't use the card within a certain amount of time, they drop your credit limit or they close your account. So this is the new thing now. So they're putting you in a way that even though you don't want to use it or try, you have to make a purchase with a small or however it is to keep your account open. Even car insurance now, run your credit report when you get car insurance. So everything now, they run your credit report. So people have to learn, because when it comes to your credit score, it's very important. Because if you want to buy a home and you don't have a good credit score, you will not get a loan. And the interest rate will be so high, it's not worth it. So there is a lot of things people must look at where credit is concerned, because I know, and another thing they do, they send you all these checks in the mail, write a check to do this, write a check. What people don't understand, the interest rate that they charge you on that check, 29.9%. Some of them is even higher. And people just go and say, oh, I have checks, let me go write it. You know how many of those I get? I put it in the shredder. Every certain month, they send me a bunch of checks. You can write and pay for this, you can write and do this, so you can do that. So you have to be wise where credit is concerned. It's very tricky. And yes, if you pay your minimum on a credit card every month, you'll never don't pay that card. So by the time you finish pay, like you buy a car on credit, you could buy 2 cars by the time you don't pay for that car, 4 years, 5 years. So you're better off if you can go buy a car. Yeah, I mean, people can get nice secondhand car and you pay for it cash. If you can afford, you're better off. If not, the credit, can buy 2 cars by the time you're done. And by that time you don't pay for it, that car is old, you need another one. So we have to be wise how we manage ourselves and do things, and get fooled with name brands. And, like I think when we was talking about the hair, I think Pastor Fleming talked about not too long ago, how much money people spend on a wig.
That was shocking. That was shocking.
Because the human
price for wig,
the human hair is extremely expensive. So that's why some of them cost so much money. The cheaper ones is just basic. It's not really, so more people A lot of people will go for it. But what I don't understand, and a lot of people, I'm going to say it anyway, because a lot of people is not going to agree with me, because so much people are indulged in that. God make us in his own image and likeness. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. Some people have beautiful hair. They have beautiful eyebrows, eyelashes, but yet everybody trying to fix themselves. They go get wig, then it cuts all the good hair, make it get ugly, bald spots.
Every day.
Every
On
day.
the head.
Then you go put false eyelashes, this big long eye, you know, and I'm going to ask myself this question. The men that fall for the women with all the false eyelashes, false hair, false behind, false everything, you fall for that. Now, how long can a woman take it? Do you go to bed with that all every night you go to sleep? What do you?
Oh. No, they're telling me the video just ended. So something technologically is going on. They tell me, and I can watch it again. I go everywhere to see it, and I cannot see it because I'm right here. And this is what sometimes the media plays, the tricks that they play, you know, when you go live and so on. So I'm going on, I'm searching for it, and I cannot find the video again. So while I'm on, yeah, it's ended. If you look at it, it says it's ended, and I cannot get it. I hope you can see it. Let me see. Yes. And I'm trying to connect back with it, and I just can't.
Facebook probably cut the live. That's why.
So we can go on, I just letting you know what's happening here in America. And it's a new trick that they are, it's a new thing that they are doing. I had a live Saturday night in church, Friday, Saturday, we were live. And there were people in Florida. He searched for the program live. He followed the show. He searched for it live all over YouTube and can't find it. And I'm having him on the phone telling me, I cannot find the program. What's happening? So I sent him a link, from my page to get it. And then he's allowed to see it. And he was shocked. He followed the program for years. I met him in New Jersey when we went there to have the the last meeting. And we shared. And he's searching for the program and can't find it.
It was off. It says the content is unavailable.
Facebook cut it and they block it.
No, your program, Pastor.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, well, this one here now is also unavailable because I can't see it and I'm on your show.
Yeah, so we are on YouTube Live.
Yeah,
so
but I was
on
just
Facebook. We're on YouTube.
Looking at it and I just see and say it cut. Okay.
So yeah, one Facebook. Yeah. One Facebook.
Okay, go ahead.
I guess YouTube still show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because YouTube is a different company.
Yeah, like yesterday, John program with the Morris Bishop. I was looking at it and then he just cut the live and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And everywhere I shared it, it says the content is not available. So I couldn't find it again anywhere.
Facebook doing what they want. And if you talk too hard about them, they just cut you off. So because you was talking about here and the expensive bags and stuff like that, I mean, come on, that's information for us to learn. And if you're going to take it off because somebody said about different companies, yes, it's expensive. Blood of Jesus.
But I didn't even call company name. I just talk about reference to people who they'll sell the name. And it's not, those names are not real. And that's a fact. So probably, and even though I said Jamaica, I didn't call anybody name.
So go on YouTube and hit gemfm.ca. Well, the show is going to be ending anyway because it's 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have to end at 4. So another person starts right after us.
Yeah, these days Facebook violate for every little thing. They're talking about is what inappropriate content or this or that. Simple little things you say now. They're saying you violate policy.
Well, listen something.
Yes, because because they have a policy now for what they don't want to hear. They just create a policy immediately. Just before I came here, I was looking at a program that they had the ex-president on Donald Trump that might send something. And in 1 hour, 5 million people tuned in. 5 million. And the minute it goes up and it was on YouTube, they just pull it down. It violated the content. It violated. So they appeal. And every time they look at the program, oh, this violated this part, so they wipe it off. It don't matter what they do. You understand?
I think it's
the truth is going to get out anyway. They can't censor everything.
Yeah, I think it's the traffic and the content in which we speak. So if you get 200 people at the same time, they just cut you down. So they want probably like 40 something.
Yeah.
Keep it, yeah. That is so tacky, but that's
yeah. So we have, just letting us know what's happening, what's going on. Don't get worried about you didn't see much viewers. They have done that to me for the last 2 years. My program used to be, you don't see, I don't come up again. It used to be top. They literally disconnect all my friends from watching my program. And that was 2 years ago. They literally, I saw a red banner came up on my screen and said, you are being taped. Power. So they censored everything. And all I was talking about is the Bible. All I was talking about China, the importance of the role they will play in the Revelation. And I talk about Russia, where the Bible talk about Ezekiel 38. All I was talking about, and they know the facts. They just set a line between my screen, cut off everything. So I'm not too interested in going back up there because they don't want to hear the truth. Even though you quote the scriptures or the Bible, they don't care. They want to censor everything. So, you got to be aware.
And with something that is better than Facebook anyway. And
oh yeah, people are coming out. They are coming up. There's a whole lot coming up. But it's a matter of if they're going to allow it. There's a whole lot coming up. That's all I'm saying to us. Oh, I seen us on YouTube, yes.
Yeah. So it's 5 after 4, so we're gonna end for the other people to come on.
Okay.
Worshiping. So I want to thank you, Minister Oliver. Do you want to say anything before we leave? Paper towel now is off our list. We had to buy 12 towels and wash them. Forget you. I'm not buying no more paper towel.
We're getting back to
you could just change your lifestyle. Instead for using to wipe, just go to your bathroom and just wash your face. You understand? It's better anyway. You don't know. Oh God, let me don't say that because I won't put you on. You don't know what make this paper towel and how it made. Some of it is recycled. You know what recycle mean? And you know how they recycle it? It's the same thing you throw in the garbage, you're coming back and pay for it. In America, it's worse. It's the same thing you flush down in your toilet. It's the same thing you come back and wash your face. Study recycling and all this type of thing. You cannot beat a smart, educated person. Recycling. The same thing you have spent for, you wipe your face and you throw it away. They come back and they recycle it and sell it back to you. You have a good day. But this is the reality.
He says that on it too. Recycle, made from recycling.
Exactly. Exactly. So you tell me. You tell me.
Okay,
if you're smart and you're educated, you'll be wise. And that's what the Bible speaks about, being wise. You know, and don't be like a fool. You're spending for the same thing you throw in your garbage. The same exact thing, you wipe it to you. So you're reusing it over and over and spending more money for it.
You know what I saw yesterday or Saturday? You know when you grow the banana tree and they're only making one bunch, right? And when they chop it down, it's no good. Now they're recycling that and they're using it for natural braids.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
text. I just
Mm.
see I just see pop up and say Gemfm is live back on Facebook.
Yes, yes. I just
Yes,
it,
it's
ju-
not,
it just
yes,
came
I
up on
just see, yeah.
it just came up
Come
on
back
my
up.
place. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lord, for
yeah,
the blood.
yeah.
But the
Hallelujah.
truth is the truth, and sometimes we're on a platform where we're just helping another brother, another sister, who are not able to get the information that is needed. So here, I believe we're just
Oh, John said everything is on everyone. Okay, it's back on.
amen. So
You
we're
say
just
I'm on
express,
it.
yes. So we're just
Yeah.
expressing
Yes.
here
Yeah.
what the areas that we need to touch into that is very edifying for somebody else, and it's also encouraging for us. So we're not pulling anybody in any ways to bring negativity or to pull anyone in a place where they're not being uncomfortable or we're making it so we can affect other, but we are coming together in the platform such as this, and those who are listening to said yes, these things are really happening, but nobody's saying it. So we are have the privilege just of saying it so that others can say, that's what I've been saying for so long and nobody's hearing me. So now
Yeah.
we're being encouraged to say yes, there's truth
What
in everything that we speak, because I believe the Lord have us here to speak truth, and so that others can be edified in any way somebody needs to be encouraged. So I believe we're here to send that encouragement, as well as we're encouraging ourselves to bring truth to the platform so others can see really where truth is and then begin afresh or change or redo what you've been doing or pull away or whatever it is that you need to get done in your life so you can reflect Christ in you, then so shall it be, and you can bring others to Christ.
That's
True.
what they don't want to hear.
So that's
They
what
don't
we're
want to hear
here.
Christ. They don't care about the truth. You have to understand the concept.
Yeah.
Truth offend. Truth reveal. There's a lot of things about truth that truth, and they don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Do not think because you preach the truth, everybody's gonna be happy and excited.
No.
No.
Jesus did his best. He healed the sick. He do everything, and still he healed a man in the temple, and there were people in the temple that ready to stone him, ready to kill him.
Yeah.
We have to, when it comes to truth, what people will go, the extent they will go to even subvert the truth. Because the enemy that you are fighting do not want to have truth.
That's right. That's right.
Because the Bible said, you shall not
No.
hear the truth, you shall know the truth.
And the church.
And the truth is going to set you free.
Man.
No, anything other than truth, you're going to be in bondage. And they want you in bondage. That's why they're deleting your program. Sorry. They're deleting your programs. They don't want people to know or hear that truth. They want to project their truth, the devil's truth, the enemy truth, Satan, what Satan considered to be truth. Satan had to approve everything, not Jesus. They don't want to hear Jesus. They don't want to hear the name. It
Mm-hmm.
offends them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how long that will last? It can't last too long.
And let me say
Amen.
something real quick about what I was saying before I got knocked off Facebook. When I talk about the hair and the eyelashes and those things, I don't mean it in a negative way to anyone who does it. That's their preference and that's what they like. The point I'm trying to make to the people who feels intimidated by that, you don't need to compete with that, or you don't have to do that. Be confident in you, who you are. You are beautiful with the parts that God made you with and gave to you, because that's who He wanted you to be. You don't have to go fix yourself or try to compete with anyone or feel that you're not beautiful just the way you are. Be confident in who you are. So when I say that, it's not a negative thing towards those who do it. I know that people spend so much money towards that, and that's all they focus on. And if that's what you want to do, that's you. And I could do that too, but I choose not to do that. I love my hair. I love the way I am. God made me that way. I don't have to go add additional parts to me. If somebody can accept me the way I am for who I am, then that's their problem. We shouldn't have to make ourselves look different or fix ourselves to impress somebody else or for they to be, like us, or for them to be in our lives. If they can accept you for who you are, what you are, how God made you, then, well, sorry. Because I'm not going to try to fix myself to make myself look different, because all the things I'm going to put on, I'm going to have to take it out. You know, my father told me a story one time, God rest his soul. When I go on vacation and I put this makeup and all, he used to say, Doris, my child, you are beautiful. You don't need all the thing on your face to look pretty. You're beautiful just the way you are. You're the way you are. So I don't know, because anywhere I'm going, I have to put makeup on. And he said, why you have to put makeup every time? You're beautiful. And he told me a story about a man. And, you know, I think of that today and I laugh. And he said, you know, there was this man, he married to this woman. And every morning before he wake up, she gets up and put the makeup on, and she put all of that stuff on so she could look nice. Never seen her in her natural self. Mm-hmm. And he said one morning, I guess she overslept, or the man wake up before her. And when the man see her, the man thought he saw a ghost. She was so ugly because she sleep with makeup. She wake up before he get up. Do you know what a job that is? To wake up in the morning, to put on your wig, to put on eyelashes, to put on makeup, to think just to impress a man because you're afraid he's not going to love you for the way you are or the way you look. That is too much work for me. So if you can accept me for who I am, how I look, whatever it is, oh well, you don't deserve to be with me or in my life anyway. So I thank God for who I am. I love the way I look. That's how God made me. I'm happy with it. I have to go spend money to do all kind of false things to look pretty or to make myself look better, you know. And kudos to those who does it and spend all that money for it. I have time to spend all that money for that. I have family who need help, somebody who need help or may need something that I can use that money to help them or to do something to better themselves. So instead of doing for that, and then how much, you have to keep changing that here, throw it out, go put new ones, throw it out, go keep doing and keep spending money. And there are people out there who are hungry, who can't eat, who begging or need a little assistance. So I rather do that with my money than having to do that to look glamorous to the wall or just to keep up with the Joneses or to make a show. We are natural. We were born natural. God made us that way. We should love who we are, embrace who we are, and don't have to go through that lengths to go, you know, to do all that to impress somebody else or anybody. So I just want to clarify that it's not to be negative, ladies, that love your hair, love all this glamour and all this thing. Kudos to you. I'm just telling those who don't and cannot do that, don't feel that they're better than you or this stuff. Love who you are and embrace who you are. God made you that way. That's all you know. So
especially for those of us that's going natural, we having some long hair that does not make sense for us. If we have to comb it, it's one. There's nothing you can do with it. Every morning you gotta brush it out and put it in one. So when you have it like this, it's easier to handle. You just get up and you just shake it and it's done. But it's not easy because my hair is about the same that length of my braids. It's long and there's a lot of work. So I learned how to do it. So I do my own hair, which is good for me. So I get to save a lot of money. I don't know how people do the eyelashes. I have very sensitive eyes. So I don't know how people do that. And we just, according to my pastor, it's not no we had to look out for, it's the damage in the long run. People shave off the eyebrow just to put on pencil.
And you know something, Tex? Some months, about a year ago, something, there was a breakout where eyelashes had lice in it. And it was all over the news that the false eyelashes, there was lice in the eyelashes. The eyelashes is glue they put on your eye. It's nice to have it, but a lot of time it damages your own eyelashes. Because when you put that glue, it thins your eyelashes, you know, and then now you have to keep wearing it if you want to have, you know, eyelashes. It make your eyelash look longer. And, you know, it looks pretty on people. But me, I'm all rubbing my hands, scratching. I'll pull that off in no time. Yes. So I'm not going to be out there and then I pull out my eyelash and have one on. So,
The only thing that I wish I had was black eyebrows. So it's brung. My hair brung, the eyebrow brung. So sometimes I want to have dark one so it could show up nice and for a black person with brung hair does not really add up a lot. Hey, but I'm unique and I'm
well,
gorgeous.
you could do that text. There is nothing wrong with that. There is things that your eyelash you could make it darker because some people have very thin eyelash and you can't see it. So people use liner that's made specifically for that. And people does that too.
I cannot wear no form of makeup because I sweat a lot from my head come down. So I don't put things. I put lip gloss on or put some lipstick on, but other than to put things on my face, it wouldn't work because you were sitting here and crying long, long water and asked me, "Are you okay?" And I scratched too much on my skin, so makeup is not gonna work for me. So, Pastor, is that all, or you want us to close now?
Yes, really, because what time is that? Now, how you were saying we were running out of time, but what I
Yeah.
will just say in closing to, us, to every one of us, we just need to be informed, educate yourself.
Yes.
Do not try to, condemn people. I will not. One thing I will say to you that I won't speak of the things that I don't know. I don't come here and just try to pull down. I'm telling you things that I know. I've been there, not because I'm a pastor. Some of you think that, oh yeah, he's just a preacher. No, I'm very informed in pretty much all walks of life. I teach my church about everything. Your finances, your this, everything. And the last thing I will say to you is it's very hard for you to progress in North America, one, without a credit, and two, without knowledge. Because Bible says straight up, my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I came to America here in 4 years, I think 4 years after I got married, I bought my house. It's hard for people to do that.
Oh,
You understand?
all this thing.
Because I get all the information and knowledge there is. I read in magazines, I read in newspapers right through. And I know what, you understand, I know my privilege, I know everything. So it's hard for you when you don't have knowledge to operate to the level in which you want. I hear people talking, they have 30 years, 40 years, they're straight. They go through the same credit card problem. They go through this. And right now they have not reached anywhere in life. They have children. Come on, that could be very frustrating. So this is what I want the folks to know. Very knowledgeable. If you come to my church, anything, I deal with people and their mortgage when they're going through problems, and I don't have no certificate, nothing. But you know what happened? You go and speak to your lawyer, you go and speak to your anybody, they tell you exactly the same thing because I study it. I know it. Your real estate agent tell you exactly. They say, Pastor, how you know so much? The same thing you told me is the same thing my lawyer told me and my real estate person told me. Because I'm well informed. You understand? So that's how I can balance God people. Don't think, oh yes, no, I don't have no certificate. I read and I understand what is happening and I practice it in life. And it takes me wherever I am. I do all my legal stuff for myself. If I need a lawyer, I'll get a lawyer.
We moving in.
Yes. If I need a lawyer, I'll get a lawyer. And I'm not foolish. I'll get a lawyer. But I do all my legal stuff for myself with my mortgage and everything. They want to charge. I'm just trying to, I don't want to go into, but I want people to understand the background of what I'm talking about when I come here to speak. You understand? Because our people have a way of judging you when you say things, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. I will know what I'm talking about.
Yep. You have to be.
I'm well educated. I can go into, I teach people. I go through, you understand, the process. I was saying to a man last night, when I came here, I left my Grenadian community and my community was the white folks and the Jewish folks. And these folks inform you, educate you. Not our people trying to pull you down. You're trying to achieve something. Oh, you better take your time. You're going too fast. Take your time. They are still taking their time and they ain't get nowhere yet. They're like the tortoise. But we can be, yes, we can be not just like a tortoise, we can be like the antelope, springing far and running fast when you have knowledge. So we Caribbean folks, we have to inform the others who, are careless of their lives.
But the thing is how you can get them together, because what I personally find with Caribbean people, if you're one of them, they often feel, well, I don't need to go and sit down there because they don't know much. You don't even know nothing your own self, and you're judging. Get out of your place.
They don't want to learn from you.
There are times in life you just got to get out from the negative crowd that you sit with and come out with people that learn something else and be curious. How they learn that? Where they get it? Okay, let me do it. We study the Bible. We read books. We listen to people. Listen to your own kind. If you find the negative, come out from around them. Go somewhere else and live. Get different culture talking into your head. But if you sit with your own culture,
Jesus,
the Spanish man is coming to North America and all he know is Spanish. If he's going to live in a Spanish community, that's all he's going to learn. He would never learn English. In order for him to learn English, he got to be curious. What they're saying over there? What does that mean? And you see the curiosity in him start coming out. It's not that he don't want to stay with his Spanish people. He just wants to learn English. So he's going to come out and be around other people. So change your mindset.
Amen.
Talk about knowledge. If we don't have it, we'll perish. It doesn't mean just the word of God. It means in every area you thrive, have knowledge.
Exactly.
I'm not a politician, but you put me sit down around them and I can speak their same language. It's just called knowledge. The Bible says, learn, and study to show yourself.
Amen.
I hope that we get it today. Anyway, we come to the end of this program. I want to say thank you very much for Pastor always coming. We learned so much. Every time you sit here, it's like I'm soaking up like a sponge. I'm going, I could use that word. I could use that concept. That's what I do when you come here. I take from you. Pastor, Dr. Justin Pierre is coming tomorrow, which he like for. So is Pastor coming? Yeah.
Yes, hopefully I'll join. I get off the last week of the revival and everything, And yes, hopefully, yes, I think I have a free day tomorrow and the rest of the week.
Amen.
And plus, we missed an hour. We went forward an hour. And just before I came on, I just had to sleep because you lose an hour's sleep. And, here in our part of the world, we lose an hour. So when it's 12 o'clock, we move forward the time 1 o'clock. So a whole hour just get, and your body get through the jet lag, and your mindset is have to adjust to the new, So that's what happened. Hopefully, I think I have a good day tomorrow, and I'll be here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So thank you everyone for coming out. Have a good day, and we're gonna do the clause of the kisses for the 2:30 show. Now make it up, and then we kiss. So those on Facebook and those on Radio Land. Love you guys. Have a gorgeous day. Bye, Doris.
Bye.
Bye. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you guys too.
Bye.
Amen.